So today we are making what I consider to be one of the greatest couscous dishes I have ever tasted. We're talking Spanish couscous with aromatic vegetables. This dish hails from the small Spanish province of Ceuta, which is located in northern Africa. And let me tell you, this dish has a ton of flavor, like seriously, a huge punch of goodness. It's very easy to make and it comes together in just 30 minutes, folks. This is the perfect dish for one of those busy weeknights or for a relaxed weekend lunch. But let me tell you, either way you go, this promises to be one of the best Spanish recipes we've ever done here on the show. We're gonna begin by getting all our ingredients ready. I'm gonna cut a medium-sized zucchini into rounds that are a little over ½ an inch thick. Now this zucchini's already been washed and patted dry, and as you can see, I'm leaving the skin on the zucchini as it gives it a great flavor. But if you prefer, you can totally peel the zucchini. And then I'm gonna cut each round of zucchini into 9 evenly sized pieces to end up with some cubes of zucchini. For the next ingredient, I'm gonna grab a medium-sized brown onion and thinly slice it. Moving on, I'm gonna thinly slice 3 cloves of garlic, we'll grab 1 large fresh tomato and finely grate it. You can substitute this for about ½ a cup of canned tomato sauce. And for the final ingredient to prepare, we're gonna make a spice blend that's gonna flavor all these vegetables. I'm gonna add in ½ a teaspoon of cumin powder into a bowl, along with ½ a teaspoon of ginger powder, ¼ teaspoon of cinnamon powder, ½ a teaspoon of dried cilantro, ¼ teaspoon of hot smoked Spanish paprika, ¼ teaspoon of saffron threads, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of cloves that I pounded down into a powder. And we'll mix this together until all the spices are evenly mixed together. Now the saffron I'm using to make this spice blend, once again, is from Golden Saffron. Like I always tell you, this is one of the highest quality saffrons with some of the best flavor ever. Link where you can get some in the description box below. Alright, let's start cooking our dish. First thing we're gonna do is make the couscous. I'm gonna heat a saucepan with a medium to medium-high heat. Add in 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil into the saucepan, along with a generous ¼ teaspoon of cumin powder, ¼ teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and 1 tablespoon of dried cilantro. And we'll mix all these ingredients together with that olive oil. We're only gonna go between 45 to 60 seconds. You don't wanna overcook those seasonings, otherwise they're gonna get a bitter flavor. After about 60 seconds, and those seasonings have infused into that olive oil, I'm gonna add in a generous cup of vegetable broth. The one that I'm using is homemade. You'll find a link on how to make it in the iCard above. And we'll give this a quick mix and heat it on a medium to medium-high heat until it comes to a boil. While our broth is heating up, I'm gonna measure out 1 cup of couscous. This is just your regular medium grain white couscous. You can also use whole wheat if you like. Once the broth comes to a rolling boil, I'm gonna add in the 1 cup of couscous. We'll give this a quick mix, that way everything's evenly mixed. Place a lid over the saucepan and turn off the heat. While our couscous is steaming, let's make our aromatic vegetables. I'm gonna grab a large fry pan, heat it with a medium heat, and add in a generous 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. After heating the olive oil for about 2 minutes, I'm gonna add in the sliced onion, our pieces of chopped zucchini, and our thinly sliced garlic. And start mixing all these vegetables around with that olive oil. The secret here, make sure they're all coated in that olive oil, and you don't have to mix this continuously. You just get in there about every minute or so. That way the vegetables don't burn and they all cook evenly. After about 6 minutes, and the zucchini and onion are nice and translucent, these vegetables are ready to go. You don't want to overcook them or brown them, otherwise they're going to lose their texture. For the next step, I'm going to add in our spice mix that we mixed earlier over the vegetables. We'll give this a quick mix, that way those spices are coating all the vegetables. Then we'll add in our grated tomato and season everything with sea salt and some freshly cracked black pepper. And once again, we'll give this a quick mix, that way everything's evenly mixed together. And we're going to simmer our vegetables on a medium heat, that way all these flavors can come together. Okay, let's move back to the couscous. It's been steaming for about 10 minutes and it should be perfectly cooked. I'm going to remove the lid from the saucepan. Add in 2 tablespoons of cashews. These are store-bought ones. They've already been fried and salted. And 2 tablespoons of raisins. Now using a fork, I'm going to start fluffing up the couscous and mixing all these ingredients together. This is such an important step when you're making couscous. By fluffing it up with that fork, you're going to remove any of the lumps in the couscous, that way they're not stuck together. Once all the couscous has been fluffed up, our dish is ready to be assembled. I'm going to grab the vegetables that have been simmering in a medium heat. Add some of the vegetables into a serving dish. Top off the vegetables with some of the couscous. And sprinkle it with some freshly chopped parsley. Check it out, our Spanish couscous with aromatic vegetables is done. Look how beautiful this dish turned out. Let's give this a try and see how it tastes. Seriously, folks, check that out. Here we go. I still stand by this. This is one of the greatest couscous dishes I have ever tasted. There's so much going on, all those spices and herbs. It truly is an explosion of goodness. You saw this, so easy to make. Comes together in 30 minutes. A beautiful dish from the Spanish little province of Ceuta in Northern Africa. Make it at home, I guarantee. It's gonna make you go wild. Really quick before I go, a shout out to one of my patrons, Terry K. Clean. Once again, Terry, thank you for being a patron of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. For the rest of you, if you're not with me on Patreon, consider becoming one. Helps with ingredients and equipment to continue making videos like this. You'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego.